Hey guys, it's Hannah, and today it's gonna be me and Josiah recording. Say hi, Josiah. Yeah. So today, my video is going to be on how to study in the nursing program. Right, Josiah? You have any tips for them? I got a question in my comments and someone asked if I could do a video on how to study in the nursing program as far as like studying for your exams, quizzes in general. So this video is going to be on that, so keep watching. When I first started the program in first semester, I was going to continue to study the same way I've been studying. And I surely did that. I was studying the same way I was studying the only way I knew how, which was to, like I said in my my first video, I basically like read the book.
What are you doing?
And took like a lot of notes on like the chapters. Like I was just like when I study, I feel like I have to like rewrite the chapters, like rewrite the book, which takes a long time, and that doesn't really cut it for nursing school. Like you don't have time to be reading the whole book. That's my brother knocking my door. Please excuse that. You don't have to you don't have time to read the whole book in nursing school. But I was doing that. I thought that I needed to read the book. So I was reading the book. Even though first semester you still kind of have to read a little bit, but I was like reading it thoroughly, wasting my time. And my grades were not the way I expected it to be, because I was reading it. I was like, I should be getting straight A's. But I was not getting straight A's first semester. If anything, I didn't even get 1A. I didn't fail. Got straight B's. I was stressing myself out to get straight B's. So quickly, I got close to a few nursing students, so they kind of let me in on how they studied, like how they were studying and stuff like that, because apparently my studying methods weren't working. Like reading the book is just a no-go. You need the book though as a reference, so like whatever is being taught to you, that's what you should focus on when you're like skimming the book. Like skim what you need to skim, take notes on what makes sense to take notes on. But I was like really taking in information that I probably didn't need. I quickly learned that you only supposed to get tested on what the professor is teaching. So if it's not on the PowerPoint, if it's not said in class, don't focus on it. Don't read about it. You'll learn about it later. Because I was trying to know everything. That's another thing. Getting into the nursing program, I wanted to know everything. Like I hated the fact that I didn't know much. I wanted to know everything, so I'll be reading everything, trying to know what this was and that was. Obviously, you're not going to remember everything. I don't remember half of the things the only things I remember is what was taught in class and what was on PowerPoints. So, currently, so now you guys see my big mistake, but either way, I've been doing well thus far. I'm about to, like I said in my previous videos, I'm about to graduate this December. My grades are even better than first semester. I'm getting a lot of A's this time by using the studying method that I saw my other nursing friends and nursing students doing. But I'm just gonna tell you guys like what I do to study. So instead of reading all the big old books that I showed you guys in my previous video, me and my other nursing friends, we all do the same thing. We record the lecture. And then but before we record the lecture, so basically before we get to class, the night before, we print out the PowerPoints. So we print it out. Excuse my handwriting, but like we print it out in like 6 on each page. And we bring it to class. This does take ink, but it's okay because it's worth it trying to pass the class. So we print it out and we record the lecture. I listen in the lecture, like I listen to the lecture still, but at least I don't stress myself trying to understand everything, because either way, I'm the kind of person that tunes out in class. I don't know, I can't focus for long. I don't know what the issue is. I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone in this one. Like, I know you guys can't sit in class for straight 3 hours and remember everything that was said. Like, you can't be listening for that long. If you are, then you're amazing. But for me, So I record it. I listen to as much as I can so that it's not like so new to me when I re-listen to the lecture later. But I record it. I take notes when I take notes in class too on the printed PowerPoint slides. I take notes on it too, but I don't stress myself out. Like if I miss a couple of notes, because the teacher just be going slide after slide. So I take as much notes as I can. Whenever I have time, when I go home, like during that week, I'll fit in some time and I'll re-listen to the lecture, and I would write down the notes that I was not able to write down, as well as re-listening to what the teacher was saying. Sometimes teachers even give you hints on what you should focus on in, like, for the next exam. So they may like give you like a little hint. So you gotta listen out for that. That's why it's good to re-listen to your lectures, because you may miss it. I write that down too and even highlight it when, like, let's say that day the teacher does do that. I highlight it on my paper. But yeah, I re-listen to the lecture. It's better than reading the book and taking 9 hours out of your day when you could just re-listen to the lecture, everything that is supposed to be on the test, or most of the things that are going to be on the test will be in your lecture. So take notes, additional notes, re-listen to it. And I try to do that for every class so that before the exam, when it's time to study for the exam, I would probably have, since it'll be like, let's say 4 lectures before an exam or something like that, I would probably have like 4 different packets or however many packets, and I would just study from the packet. So basically I would have everything together. It's nice to have all your notes and all your slides and like everything just in one area, so you don't feel like everything's all over the place. I would literally study my slides, look at the notes that go with it, and the funny thing is, I can literally remember what the teacher was saying based off of what I wrote next to each slide. So I would read the slides, read my notes, go over it, study, and even sometimes we would meet up, me and my other nursing friends, and kind of go over the slides together. Just in case I may have missed something or they may have missed something, we can kind of like write down missing notes. But yeah, basically my studying method is just to re-listen to lecture, take notes on the PowerPoint slides that I printed out. I take notes in class and at home. Study with nursing friends if you can, like meet up in a group and just discuss each lecture. Basically, your exam questions are not like your regular what is this question, like what is 5 plus 5. It's questions that make you think, NCLEX questions. So questions that make you think. So it's based off of your lecture content. So basically it's not what you know in nursing school, it's how you're gonna apply it. So every question is, how do you apply that knowledge? So that's why it's good to know your lecture, know your information, so that when you get your question on your test and it's asking you to apply that knowledge, you will know how to do so. Another advice is to do NCLEX questions, like do as much as you can. Like there's 2 websites that I can link under my video that we use, registernurse.com and there's nurseslabs.com. And you can kind of, like based off the lecture content, there's some questions there that you can kind of practice on. It may not connect to your lecture content 100%, but it'll be close in a sense. It's a way to just kind of practice answering NCLEX style questions, and like that can relate to your lecture content possibly. So registernurse.com and Nurses Labs. There's also Kaplan. So you guys can also get on Kaplan. Eventually you guys will get access to that I mean, all nursing programs are not the same, so I don't know if you guys, you know, I'm sure everyone has Kaplan. You can log on to Kaplan and take practice questions as well. Sometimes the questions you practice online, you may see it on your exam. That's how I study in nursing school. It's working for me right now because in the beginning, I don't know what I was doing. I was lost. But yeah, guys, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for watching this video and tuning in and just supporting. Bye, guys. See you in my next video.